So welcome to the BALE Yacht Show. We are here, E3 System, to talk about satellite communication and how about we've been always innovating. I'm here with Roger. Welcome, Roger.
Thank you, Matt. Delighted to be doing this with you, Matt. Matt's our Deputy MD. He's my Deputy MD and specialist in satellite and terrestrial communications. And Matt's going to talk about what we're doing tomorrow and in the future. But initially, I'm going to cover a bit of our history, where we come from and what we've been doing.
Yes, so tell us a bit more about the history. And E3, it started something like 25 years ago, correct?
Yeah, that's right. We're nearly 25 years old. I think it's next year, our 25th anniversary. We started off by providing electronics for every type of yacht, from gyros to autopilots, radars, everything. But we've ended up specializing in data connectivity. Primarily data is what we do. Mm-hmm. And we were established in 1996. We're now an international company with over 40 staff of our own. We provide a whole lot of different types of connectivity. We're part of the Grupo Abulu, which numbers is a Spanish company. We're part of the group with 450 staff and covering 20 different countries. So, you know, quite a significant growth that we've come since our little office, our broom cupboard that we had at Merivent when we started. But innovation has been the driving force behind what we did and how we got going. And in the early days, in 1996, when we first started, the very first thing we did was create the first internet cafe in Mallorca. Mm-hmm. We had the first internet cafe in 1998. We created a product called MeteoView, which was a single source weather system for yachts, providing isobars, local weather stations, all sorts of different information. After that, in 2003, we developed a tender tracking system called SeaTrack, which eventually we sold on after, and I'm very pleased to see that it's actually still in use and is being widely used. We've been involved in data communications from early days. We introduced some of the first SIMs to American yachts coming over here. First three, well, GSM SIMs originally, GPRS, etc. We've had a number of firsts in data communication installation, new innovations. We put the first Fleet 77 Inmarsat Fleet 77 on a yacht. We installed the first VSAT. Serial number 40003, serial number 1, on a yacht actually in Astilleros in Mallorca, which actually had a data speed of 9.6 kilobits, which was quite fascinating. The owner wasn't impressed. Yeah. And then we've also, since then, we've installed the first flat panel antenna on a yacht, the Chimera flat panel, and we've got about near enough 20 yachts now with that, and that's still progressing. And more recently, we've installed the first Inmarsat Fleet Express on yachts, and also the twin antenna on yachts. So a lot of different products that we've our portfolio of firsts that we've generated, and you know today we're still working on a number of new installations with some of these new products. You know, we've created not only on the hardware side, but we've created our own airtime solution for flat panels, our ESAT airtime solution for flat panels, and we've implemented a lot of 5G solutions and TV solutions as well. And our big data SIM family that we have currently at the moment has been a major success. Europe, global, Caribbean, new Caribbean service for the winter. So that's all looking very exciting. And in fact, next week on the 19th, as part of the show, we're doing a seminar on big data, which is going to be very, very interesting, which I believe you're going to feature in. So I'll pass over to you, Matt.
That's good to know. For sure. I mean, internet is becoming top priority on board of the boat. So I think it's getting ready more and more important to leverage whatever technology is available to make sure that as a technology being used on board, they leverage what's available on the market. So what I think also coming from our supplier world, I've realized more and more that it's actually top priority to have that agnosticity in technology and be able to propose various solutions to a yacht. Within product, there is such a variety of product and services to offer to a yacht that it's quite important to talk to someone that can actually listen your requirements and actually suggest something to you which is just matching your requirements.
I think that's been one of our areas of success, hasn't it? To listen to the client and actually provide a solution out of the portfolio of products we've got that actually work.
No, absolutely. And I think, especially from a yacht point of view, ultimately what matters is really what kind of throughput is available on board to be enjoyed by guests or owners or whatever. Ultimately, the technology is very much something we talk about on a daily basis, but they don't so much. We want to push the knowledge out there. We want to continue and always innovate.
What you can do with it.
No, exactly. And we have to continue to push the new technology into the yachting market like we've done for 25 years. Now, I think, like you mentioned, Cameta has been quite a new product being pushed into the satellite market and more specifically into the yachting. The change in design, removing these two big domes, being replaced by flat antennas is quite a change. So there has been quite an attraction, I would say, and this is about to go to the next step with a brand new antenna performing even better than the previous one. 4G has also been, I think, a very interesting market, and as I said about leveraging technologies for a yacht today, getting fantastic 4G and hopefully one day 5G connectivity is going to be top priority for the next 5 years, I would say.
Sure.
Leverage one technology to better balance the other one.
And transparent transparent handover between the two.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we've been calling hybrid as a solution. Finding a way to manage a seamless transition between different latency. As an example, moving from 4G to satellite, where the latency is quite different, is going to be, I think, a significant progress for this yacht over the next 5 years. Not to say that, of course, from a cost point of view, there is a high interest to leverage 4G, being significantly more attractive than satellite communication across the entire portfolio, for sure. So, no, I think it's really interesting market. The entire SATCOM market above us has been disrupted for the last 10 years. American companies like SpaceX have been disrupting how we launch satellite in rockets, dividing by 10 the cost of a satellite and the cost to launch it. So this disruption is about to reach the end-user yachting market. It's going to happen. Not tomorrow, but I think 2.5, 3 years time frame is realistic.
Yeah, and you know, there's going to be a bit closer relationship between the new LEO satellites and 5G and all, you know, bigger relationship altogether.
Well, they'll end up, hopefully for the end user, they'll end up competing, proposing a better satellite solution based at a much attractive price for the end user. However, it's absolutely not granted. I mean, they are facing, as LEO constellation, they are facing major challenges such as finding an antenna that can actually be fitted on a boat. If not, maybe 2 antennas, and there is significant cost as well. Yes, the satellites are going to be closer to us, but there is a lot of technical aspects such as the power to aim at the satellite. So it's not granted yet that as a product and a service, this will be more attractive for the yacht than what we have today. We have to monitor that carefully to be there when this market, I think the geo market, which is using existing satellite around the equator, is already a very mature market competing with many different offers, products that customers in the yachting industry do have to leverage to make sure they do the right choice.
You know, one of the things I think we've learned over the years, haven't we, in that, you know, we introduce, we innovate, we bring new technologies to the yachting market. They're not always perfect.
No, of course.
They're not always perfect. They take a while.
Absolutely.
A while to grow and to.
No, absolutely. There is always in the curve of the innovation, there is always the early adopters and the large majority.
Yeah. And the manufacturers have got to get the kit right and the services right. Yes.
However, what we've seen as well is quite often the early adopters are getting high benefit from that.
Yes.
And later down in the process of the adoption, they are also already more mature in their knowledge about the technology.
Yeah, absolutely.
So as a company, and I think still as an end user, if you're on a yacht, there is an interest to adopt new technologies, and it's not necessarily only satellite. We are talking 4G, 5G, etc.
Yes.
So the future, I think, for communication, Yacht is fantastic. I mean, the 5 years ahead of us are really, really attractive.
I know, it's very exciting.
They should benefit.
I noticed yesterday, I don't know whether you saw it yesterday, the launch of the 6G satellite for Chinese 6G tests.
Not there yet. Not there yet. But no, I think it's really exciting time for the communication on board.
Yeah, yeah. So so I think it's you know, we've got a lot of stuff that's happened in the past. We've got a huge history of what we've actually done. We're very, very focused on what the client actually wants, and you know, we're very interested to, very pleased to be here as part of the BALEA Yacht Show, and to be able to also evaluate a virtual yacht show.
No, absolutely.
And to see how that's going to work for us, and we look forward to any contacts we get from everybody. So so thank you very much. And
thanks, Roger.
Good chat.